Offshore Insiders free winning pick Friday night lights. Joe Duffy's picks 38-19 with all football picks. 9-3 in college football. Friday night college football winner up. By the way, the latest college football winner was South Florida last night. OffshoreInsiders.com, all the best football picks. Virginia and Boise State. Let's take a look at some of the games for Friday night. Well, both of the games, actually. Virginia's going to be traveling 1,992 miles. Boise State could easily be undefeated and maybe ranked. Their only loss was in triple overtime. Boise does enter this game with 2 extra days rest. Road underdogs of 12.5 or more with less than a week's rest and at least 2 fewer days rest than the home team are a go against at 13-5. That would say go with Boise State. And the average margin of victory, 40.2 to 15.9. Boise expected to get their starting quarterback, Brett Ripien, to return after missing last week's game, but Montel Cozart, who did play last week, will split time. Virginia's first road game, teams playing their first road game in their 4th game of the year or later, a decent 269 and 227 against the spread. 105 and 81 for 56.5% if they're road dogs. 58 and 34 for 63%, getting 9.5 or more. Virginia's had some good fortune this year, though, as well, recovering all 7 of their fumbles. Or actually, Boise's maybe had bad fortune, blowing a big lead, then losing in triple overtime. Virginia, some good fortune, recovering all 7 of their fumbles. Though Boise State, 8-1 at home, straight up in non-Saturday games since 2014. They're 2-7 to the number. So much for the ridiculous, and we've explained it before, how stupid it is, inductive reasoning, where people say, all you got to do is pick the team that's going to win outright. They're probably going to cover. Well, that's, there's many reasons why that's stupid, and Boise State a good example. 8-1 straight up in non-Saturday games at home, 2-7 against the number, including 5 straight losses. Slight consensus play to Virginia, very slight, but that's very rare for big underdogs. And for us, it's actually a strong contrarian, because when you have a big underdog as a slight consensus play, but also in addition to what we said, Boise State has had bad fortune this year. They're probably a little bit better than their record. Virginia's had good fortune, recovering all 7 of their fumbles. So Boise State is the play here, minus the 13. Utah and Arizona, this total dropped to 56 from 62, 56.5 from a opener of 62. Both teams will have an off week coming up, so they can certainly put all their eggs in this basket. First time Utah is going to leave the state this year. Utah snapped the 4-game straight-up losing streak last year in the series. Arizona's zone read run-oriented offense has given Utah fits, averaging 233 rushing yards per game in the series since Utah joined the Pac-12. Utah's holding teams to just 48 rushing yards per game, a measly 1.6 average. Utah, one of the best quarterbacks that no one's ever heard of in Tyler Huntley, who's got a 72.1 completion percentage with 5 touchdowns. He leads them in rushing at 212 yards per game. Utah around the normal consensus for small road favorites. Utah, they're definitely on the basically what you would expect them to be. So again, for the best picks, the lovely winners at OffshoreInsiders.com, the prettiest picks in the business, and going back to the 1980s score phone days.